Pessoal, vamos reagir ao último episódio de Can I Cross Europe with $0? Vamos embora ver, mas é isto aqui e ver o que é que o homem agora nos desencantou. Supostamente ele estava dentro de um autocarro em direção a Londres. Vamos ver como é que a situação funcionou ou deixou de funcionar.
Europe with $0. Pushing my body, mind,
Também eu, mano.
insanity
Este
to
content
their
para mim,
limits.
mano, é incrível.
Attempting to travel over
E a edição é
2,000
totalmente
miles
fixe, mano.
from Sweden to Scotland. I'm starving. I haven't eaten in like 2 days. This is the final part of this series. And if you haven't watched part 1 or 2 yet, I recommend watching them now. Because a lot has happened in the 5 days since starting this challenge. Yes? We left off in Amsterdam. I had just been tipped by a group of prostitutes.
From Amsterdam.
And I bought an overnight bus ride to London, England. We'll arrive in London with like 10 or 20 euro. I was so confused why this bus ticket costed me this much. But it made sense because we were traveling through 3 separate countries, including a stop in Belgium. We also had to go through the UK customs and take another ferry to cross the gap from France to England. The ticket also came with the free meal voucher, which I used to buy what the Brits call an English breakfast. Would not recommend.
Mano, acho que nem sei
After a
quem é,
2-hour
meu.
ferry ride, we made it to London. New city unlocked.
Agora ali de Londres, tipo, se ele quer ir para a Escócia, não é? É para a Escócia que ele estava a dizer que queria ir.
Beautiful.
A parte mais difícil já foi há muito tempo, não é?
But before we explore London, I think
Mas ele
it's
precisa
important
fazer
I
guita, não é
finally
mesmo?
explain to you where we're actually trying to go, because I've left it a mystery this entire challenge. You see, my father's last name is Carmichael.
Hi.
Tom Carmichael.
What exactly are you doing, Brian?
A name that was given to me. The name dates back generations, originating in a small town in Scotland. I'm visiting the spot where my family's heritage was created, a place known as the Carmichael Castle. That's right.
Foda-se!
Castle, baby. Believe it or not, none of my family members have ever visited this castle.
No, I've never been to Carmichael Castle. Tell me if there are any Carmichaels there. It's probably owned by, like, the O'Malleys now. I'm saying the Carmichaels probably drank it away.
Ah, mas já não é deles, já não é deles.
I'm only kidding.
I'm going soon.
Mas altamente, mano, ainda é o melhor propósito para ele fazer isso tudo, mano.
Trying to figure that out myself.
Let me know when you have it figured out.
We only have a day and a half left to get to the Carmichael Castle. Otherwise, I fail this challenge. And Miss T will be right. I started my day in London visiting a free art museum. Not a paid museum, a free one. Art. It is essential that by tonight we get a ride to Scotland, to
Ah,
Glasgow.
Marcos, eu
where
acho que
the
aquilo foi
Carmichael
comprado por outra
Castle
pessoa.
actually is.
Portanto, a partir desse
And that
ponto não há...
poses a huge issue because I'm completely broke. Tickets aren't super cheap. I'd have the full day to earn around 50 euro to buy my bus ticket, but this wasn't even my biggest issue. Throughout the challenge, I've been writing poems to strangers to make money. But yesterday in Amsterdam, I had a hard time. Would you want one? Poem? And on top of that, I'm running out of
Não é
pages
pior
in my
Vasco,
book
acho que
for
mesmo não é para mim,
poems,
mano.
so, yeah, we need to get creative. I do have a second idea. that
Acho
might just
incrível
work.
de ver, mano, e
both
acho
of-
incrível, tipo, uma cena mais pequena aqui em Portugal, talvez, mas estar-me a expor ao desconforto como eles estão, por exemplo, de estar 40 ou 50 dias fora de casa, ter a preocupação de, além de ter o objetivo de ir, por exemplo, daqui à Índia, que é o que está a fazer o Mochila, como o Puto Lourenço, e além disso, ter de estar a gravar tudo, drones, narrar as coisas nas viagens, privação de sono, sítios sem dormir, andar na rua, tipo, a menos 2 graus, mano.
The Rubik's Cube.
Parece
My
muito
new
mais
idea
fácil
is
do que
to
é,
walk
mano.
around London
Mas
with
claro
a
que é o
Rubik's
desafio
Cube,
que é a
letting
cena, mano. Eu
strangers
adoro
mix
este tipo
up
de
the
conteúdo,
cube
acho que é
so I
mesmo
can
dos
try
melhores
to
conteúdos que
solve
se
it
produz
behind
aqui,
my back
para falar
for a
deles.
small
Isto aqui
donation.
não é
Let me just say
propriamente
this is a
daqui, né?
massive risk, this new idea. The only issue
Mas-
is I don't know
mas
how to
não.
solve a Rubik's Cube. I don't know how to solve a Rubik's Cube. Oh. I wish I did, I really do. Kind of a big issue here. Okay, let's get out there. First of all, I don't know where I'm gonna buy a freaking Rubik's Cube. Where am I gonna find a Rubik's Cube in London? I found a cube at a local toy store. This, like, quite simply might be the worst idea I've ever had. I just don't know how to solve this. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. And hold on, before everyone in the comments says I'm just out here scamming people, after this challenge, everything I earn over the 7-day period will be pushed forward and donated to a European homeless charity. So am I really scamming these people or just giving money to charity? This is a Rubik's Cube. This is a Rubik's Cube. Would you mind mixing up this Rubik's Cube? Mix up this Rubik's Cube. You can mix it up. Mix it up. Who wants to mix it up?
Vou tirar aqui só chá.
Know how to solve it.
Neither do I. If I can solve this Rubik's Cube behind my back, under my legs, not looking, behind my back, would you guys donate like €1? You don't have to.
It's okay, it's okay.
Yes?
Yeah?
That's all right.
I'll give you 10 pounds, yeah.
10 pounds? All right, mix it up. I'll take a bite of that. No, I'm kidding. Believe it or not, some people actually believed in me.
I bet you can do it easy.
This?
Yeah.
He's legit, he says. I wouldn't be so sure about that. You see, in my eyes, the cube was just there for show. I had a theory that it's not just solving the cube that would get me tipped, but the conversation, the charisma that is exchanged during the 2 minutes it takes for me to solve it that really earns the tip. The trick is there is no trick. Henry, what do you want to do when you grow up?
It's a car collector.
It's just a way for me to get somebody to stick around long enough to get to know each other. And you're from London, I'm assuming?
I'm from Manchester.
Hey, focus on the cars. Rear view is a lot smaller than the front, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, who's gonna use that?
Mano, este é o último vídeo que vou ver hoje, ó.
I had to admit, I didn't know how to solve it. It should be solved
Diz RPM.
in 3, 2, 1. There's something I gotta tell you guys. I don't know how to solve a Rubik's Cube.
Really?
No.
Amanhã temos o vídeo do Jamie para ver, o vídeo do Mesquite. Temos 2 vídeos do Jamie. Flyers Bar e...
You think so? Oh my god, that's so many coins. Oh my god, that's so sweet. It's working. €5? 4. Let's go, mate. Thank you. You don't need to, though, if it's an issue. But I want to. Thank you, my friend.
That's what you do, isn't it? You charm.
Thank you, guys. This is really
Nossa, o
sweet.
gajo está a fazer massa como se nunca mais acabasse.
€2, I'm 40. After a successful morning, I took a break, mainly to count up my tips, but also I wanted to call my mom. Before I left from the trip, she was not happy about this video idea.
Please
Pois
don't
está,
do
mano,
this.
está mesmo.
Crazy idea. Do what everyone else does.
I'm not like everyone else.
I know.
So I promised to give her a call at some point. And for 6 days, I've been purposely waiting to call her until I got here to London. To let her know what's up, see how it's going. Specifically to call her on one of these old-fashioned phone booths. I mean, look at them. Do you guys know if these still work? After looking through, I found out they do work. They just cost money. Money I don't have the luxury of spending. So instead of using the booth, I sat in the booth and called my mom on my phone.
Hey, Brian.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? I'm calling you from an old-fashioned telephone booth in London.
Oh, those are great. Get a photo of it.
I'm calling you on my phone inside of it.
Still counts.
Still counts.
You're in London.
I caught up with my mom and immediately went to count up my money. And after adding
Still
everything
counts.
up, it's coming out to approximately 36
Mano, ele vem disposto, sim senhor, assim é que é preciso, caralho. Boa vibe!
More euros left. We're gonna take a little break, grab some food. I'm getting pretty hungry. That breakfast on the boat was not it for me. Because I don't have money to like buy food, I'm gonna go to a restaurant. Maybe I can clean windows. Reverting back to Ludovic's first method of travel, I set out to clean restaurant windows in exchange for lunch. I mean, it worked in Amsterdam, and I didn't even have to wash any windows.
I give you one sandwich.
So, stomach's hungry, let's go eat. Can I help you by cleaning the glass? Literally, the first restaurant I asked was interested. So I'm gonna get lunch. In exchange, I'm gonna clean the front window of this restaurant. Bon appetit.
Opa, deixa-me ver com humilde, mas é um lanche, mano.
As I enjoyed my sandwich, I started speaking to this family sitting next to me. They were a really friendly family from Belgium. I decided to write them a poem, not expecting
Oh,
anything,
Shabadooks.
just to be nice. Using one of the last pages in my booklet, I wrote them a poem. It was completely average, but they seemed to like it. After that, I sat back down and finished my food. But as the family was leaving, this happened. Sick trip. Bye-bye. Au revoir. Oh, my friend.
Good luck for you.
This is so kind. This is so kind.
for you.
20.
Yeah.
That's too much.
No.
That's way too much.
It's okay.
20 libras, mano. O homem está mesmo, bro. Esquece lá isso, mano.
That literally means I can buy the bus ride right now.
Foda-se, mano.
So
Pois,
right
mas
then and
aí-
there, I officially bought my final bus ride to Glasgow, Scotland. Let's freaking go. Because I had my bus ride figured out, I spent the rest of the afternoon just exploring the city. One thing that caught my eye immediately was, holy shit, there are so many red buses in
Tudo
London.
maior.
They are like literally everywhere. In fact, there are so many that I'm going to be paying the first few people who comment the exact number of red buses that appear in this video. Comment below the total, and you need to be subscribed, so if you aren't already, hit that button because we're going crazy in 2025. I spent the rest of this day in this bar called the Red Lion. Unlike normal tourists, I wasn't here to get this. I was just getting free tap water. I went to the Big Ben one more time before going to the metro and arriving to the bus stop. An 8-hour...
Para cá, Jeff, estamos aqui a ver um vídeo. O gajo veio da Suécia até Glasgow, que é na Escócia, acho eu.
Final city unlocked.
Sem dinheiro, só tipo a dar grind, mano, em 7 dias. Veio visitar o castelo onde a família dele cresceu, ou era da
Although
família
we made
dele
it to
dos
Glasgow,
antepassados
Scotland,
dele.
it's still about 30 miles away from the Carmichael Castle. The closest city to the estate is called Lanark. We would need to find our way to Lanark. Asked this local how I could get to this town called Lanark.
Não faço a mínima ideia, meu.
The bus station.
That'd probably be the best place to check. Just walk up
And
there
maybe
find
ask
it.
someone who works there. How are ya? I'm looking for a bus to Lanark.
Is that the Carmichael estate?
Yes, the Carmichael estate. You know this. I'm a Carmichael. You got me. I'm a Carmichael. After getting a cheap $4 ticket and hanging out in this pigeon-friendly coffee shop, the bus to Lanark arrived. 38 minutes later, driving towards the middle of nowhere, Scotland, I arrived in Lanark. But my challenges were just getting started. Because this is the farthest public transportation could take me. And I'm still 9 miles away from the Carmichael Castle. I'm going to have to do something I have not been successful in this entire video thus far. And that's hitchhike. I've tried in multiple
Mas
cities
o homem está
on
relativamente
multiple
perto.
days.
Ele é que foi para lá
And
mesmo
have
sem guita para o
epically
Uber.
failed
Um ano para ti
each
também, maior.
and every time.
No, not today.
It's actually like funny how bad I am at it. It was hitchhike or fail. Before starting, I met this guy named Cameron, and lo and behold, he knew the Carmichael Castle.
Carmichael estate, that's a lot of private houses, yeah.
I'm a Carmichael.
Are you?
Yeah. Although he was pretty hard to understand.
Tem, mano, por acaso tenho recebido mensagens esta semana por causa do carro.
Love in there?
Yeah,
Deixa ver, não é?
Carmichael lives there, yeah.
Oh, Carmichael lives there. I thought you said they make love there.
No, maybe they do, I don't know. But
I then tried to hitchhike at this gas station. I'm trying Ludovic's
Cinco.
strategy one more time. You don't happen to be going towards the Carmichael estate? But about 15 seconds later, I was asked to leave.
Not allowed to take a picture here.
Okay, so can we do it like off the property
You can
line?
take anywhere else, but not in our property.
Okay, gotcha, no worries.
Yeah?
All right, change of plans. I changed plans to hitchhike outside of this grocery store. Things started off slow. Are you driving that way?
I'm not actually, no.
Oh, I'm not sorry.
I'm not driving, I'm walking down there.
In that direction?
No,
over there? Or no one's going over there. I wonder why.
there, that's fine.
Yeah, would you mind?
Quer falar
stealing
contigo
your
ao Chapa
mom's
Dux?
car
Deixa
and
só a
driving
gente
in
acabar de ver
that
aqui este vídeo, senão...
My mom's motor's in the garage. If you're knackered in that.
direction? Yeah, it's funny. So is there any way I can get a lift in that direction?
Oh, I'm not driving, pal.
Oh, you're walking
Oh,
it.
I'm walking. Hi.
But after failing and failing for 6 full days, I finally got lucky.
Mano, é completamente estúpido não se ver filmar, mano. Não é à toa que nos Estados Unidos podem filmar praticamente em todo lado. Mano, e toda a gente aparece até com boa cara, porque é o que é, não é?
Excuse me, ma'am, you don't have
Podem
to
até
be
não querer
driving
aparecer
down
uma
in this
pessoa e
direction,
vocês
do you?
respeitam, como é lógico.
So you're going to Carmichael?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can take you to the end of
that'd be so helpful.
Yeah.
What's your name?
the Lidine.
Ladine Brian. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, I started off on the wrong foot with Ladine. In Sweden. And
Just mind your seatbelt.
oh yeah. Ludovic gave me specific advice on how to hitchhike politely. Starting off with tip number 1.
It's important to ask questions and make people speak about themselves. They love it usually.
What were you doing there? Have you been to the Carmichael estate? Are you born and raised in Scotland? Do you have any kids? Are you married? Tip number 2. Ludovic says it best.
You have 2 ears and 1 mouth to listen twice as much as you can speak.
Shut up and listen.
Não queres aprender mesmo a lição toda, caraças.
Ladine does professional dog racing, like the stuff you see on Instagram. Unfortunately, Ladine wasn't
Incrível.
going to be able to bring me all the way to the Carmichael
Treinar a
Castle.
stazinha para dar britas, que ela já corre caralho.
Enjoy everything, and thank you so much again. And off she goes. I was super excited to finally accomplish hitchhiking. But I then realized Ladine dropped me off 5 miles from the Carmichael estate. And since nobody would pick me up, I was forced to walk all 5 of those miles. Some things never change. I suck at hitchhiking. And to make matters worse, I saw this cow sitting, and we all know what that means. Rainfall. That sucks. But I'm not gonna act like this walk was all bad. It was actually really fun. I saw a bunch of sheep. You are
Those
not
4
Scotland,
miles.
you don't see
Homem
sheep.
vai
The views
caminhar
were
tipo
amazing. It felt like I was walking
7
around the place
km
where
ou
they
6
took the
km.
Windows home screen photo.
It's just me and the cows.
Fortunately, as I continued to walk, I began to get lost.
I don't know where I'm going. We're in the middle of nowhere.
Luckily, that guy Cameron did give me directions earlier that would come in handy as I walked.
And when you get on the main road, you stay on the main road and you'll see it signposted for Carmichael Village.
With Cameron's help and 2 more hours of stumbling through the Scottish countryside, we saw this sign, which meant after 5+ miles of walking, we made it to the Carmichael estate.
Carmichael Castle, Carmichael Estate, Carmichael what have you. It's Carmichael.
But our goal isn't to just make it to the estate, it's actually to make it to the castle, which is a specific building on the estate. Before I could locate the castle, I ran into somebody who just might be family.
I'm doing well. What's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah Carmichael?
Yeah.
My name's Brian Carmichael.
Hi, how's it going?
We're family. Sorta. Do your parents like run the whole thing?
Yeah, it's kind of a family effort.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean I could jump in if you guys need a helping hand, family on family.
Sarah agreed to give me a tour around the estate.
Foda-se, what the
To my
fuck?
surprise, this
Tipo,
area
imagina, independentemente de eles poderem ser família no passado e o caralho, ele está a chegar lá, mano, e está. Então somos família, nananana, e siga, e ela está a mostrar tudo,
wasn't
mano,
just the
incrível.
estate, because it was an entire f***ing town.
We're in Carmichael, Scotland.
They have their own Carmichael Elementary School, their own Carmichael soccer field, their own Carmichael farmhouse store. Sarah gave me a tour inside and showed me their very own Carmichael Estate farm beef. And the Carmichael Estate honey. Everything here was branded with Carmichael. Right next to the Carmichael clan sweatshirts was the Carmichael clan meeting room. And after a brief history lesson from Sarah, it was finally time to go to the final destination of this journey. The Carmichael Castle. And after 7 days,
I'm literally gonna start with nothing.
2,483 miles, 6 cities, 5
Mano, acho que nem ele sabia que aquela era uma cidade inteira, mano.
86 poems, hundreds of new friends, and one uncreative college professor who
Vamos só
sparked the
apreciar, tipo, a minha
frustration
caneca
that
que
fueled
tem
this journey.
a Rita
We can
por causa
officially
dela.
say, it's possible to cross Europe with $0.
Carmichael Castle, we made it. Traveled across continental Europe with $0 to come here. Fireplace. This was the foyer. My bedroom was right down the hall. Structural integrity.
Brutal.
9 out of 10. Don't think
Claro,
it's
está
safe
tudo
to disrupt
arrebentado,
here.
normal, mas por
I'm
acaso devia
certainly
ser
not the first,
preservado
I'm not
isso.
the last to ever try to travel around the world with $0.
But the thing that I love about these series is they seem to always remind us that even in the messed up world we live in, they're still good people.
I feel like this video shows it. I am going to be donating every dollar that was given to me forward to a homeless shelter charity. So over the whole trip, people donated a total amount of, yeah, I don't really know, future self.
The total amount that was tipped to us across all 7 days was $357. All of it is going to a charity called FINSA. They help get homeless people off the streets in Europe. So it's going to a good place. So, yeah. I think overall, if there's one message from this video,
Anda rei, caralho.
I hope this journey shows you that if you open the right doors, meet the right people,
I can offer you some bread if
try the right things,
Can I write you guys a poem?
and just wake up every day, no matter if it's a bus in Europe or a bed in your house, with a sense of urgency to take steps to accomplish those goals, you can make them happen. Because on the other side of discomfort are the best experiences of your life.
It's a trip you'll remember your whole life.
But I'm not gonna lie, like,
Pois deu, mano.
I thought it'd be bigger.
Grande vídeo, mano. Sim, senhor.